I'm disgusted. I'm not going to give up on you right now, but I'm going to tell you this. I might be fading you more than I'm going to tell you this.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sports and Bullshit Podcast. That's Pauly P. I'm Jesse D. Let's get it going. Man, Pauly, what a week.
What a week.
Talk to him.
Sheesh, man. I don't know where to start. I mean, we could go with my 6-0 hot streak picks that I'm still getting crucified for. My shitty Giants. Or am I finally going to give praise to these Miami Dolphins that these Miami fans are waiting to hear me eat my own words?
I mean, 6-0 is strong. 6-0 is strong. And all these people that said that we put it after the fact. Man, YouTube, signed icon. The video goes out on Thursday night. Subscribe, like, comment. We got police in the background. Something's going on in downtown West Palm Beach. What's up? Must be the fire.
You know what it is? They're coming here to see what Pauly thinks for his hot picks this week.
Because it's robbery.
Yo, straight robbery. Yo, Vegas fucking hated me. I killed him, baby.
It's a beautiful thing. But we really got to start with the Giants, man. The Giants, I mean, I'm going in. I don't know if you guys know Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a fantasy parlay kind of thing, over, under, stat lines and stuff like that. Your boy, DFS King, by the way, I like to call myself that. You don't have to, but I got some stats to prove it. 5 right, 6 pays, $37.50. 25x on your money. At $150 up, pays 25x on your money. All I needed was Saquon to score a touchdown. Not the Giants to score a touchdown. Saquon to score a touchdown. Nobody scored a touchdown.
No. And he actually hit me up and told me about it. And I was like, dude, you're good. Saquon's definitely getting a touchdown. And then, you know what? So everybody knows how I feel about the Miami sport teams. And, Miami came and prevailed. And so I was getting all the hate towards the Giants game leading up to it. So, Giants game starts and everything. It's a 0-0 game, 8 minutes into the first quarter, or 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and we go to put points up on the board first. They got me stumbling right now. I don't even know what to say about them because it was so bad. It was disgusting. When they blocked that field goal and they ran it back,
it's a wrap.
It was a wrap. I knew right then and there it was done. It was toast. It was lights out. I couldn't believe it, man. Now I go back to thinking, like, did we really pay Danny Dimes that kind of fucking contract?
Oh.
Like, the hype leading up to this, with all the moves, Darren Waller coming into effect, to open up the offense a little more. They were hyping up the whole team around him of Brian Daboll. I was just so mortified with the performance I saw. But one thing I got to say, don't judge them from that game. Listen, Dallas's defense is disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. But one thing that the Cowboys had standing in their way of a Super Bowl is one person, and that was Dak Prescott.
Absolutely.
And Dak Prescott still did absolutely shit. Nothing. This man did not throw a TD. He didn't even break 150 yards passing. So Dak didn't do shit that game. It was the Dallas defense. So I'm not making excuses that we had to go up against a top 5, maybe even top 3 defense. But there ain't no excuse from that, Giants. I'm disgusted. I'm not going to give up on you right now, but I'm going to tell you this. I might be fading you more than I'm going to tell you this year. So, listen, you guys only think I talk shit about Florida teams. When my teams do shit, I say it. And the Giants, you shit the bed. If you guys don't win in Arizona this coming week, you're toast to me, like the Yankees. I'm giving up on you for the season. I just don't know what to do.
I'm not going to lie. I thought about taking Arizona's defense in fantasy this week. I'm not going to lie. Because who does the Giants have, right? Like, if Saquon doesn't get off, we saw what Danny Dimes did. The receivers are, I know you got a sneak pick in Hyatt over there that didn't catch a pass.
2 fucking points.
He got one. What did he get? 1 target?
One target, man.
Jesus.
I think 2 points or some shit like that.
So I don't know, man. Like, I don't think they're going to lose to Arizona. I think they're going to come out and I think they're going to rectify shit. But that was bad. That was really bad and it hurt my soul because I never rooted for the Giants before in my life until that moment. Saquon, get your boy paid.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. And, like, the Giants, even though it's week 1, the Giants are in trouble. If you guys cannot do something to turn that around. I mean, it's not acceptable between Saquon, Waller. I mean, you have more of an offensive scheme now, and you guys can't even put up a fucking field goal. Like, I'm sorry, but it's unacceptable for the city of New York on how bad the Yankees are doing. Now,
we'll get to that later.
You're supposed to come out and at least show New York that we have something to be proud of. I mean, I just don't know what to say.
Jets did.
The Jets did.
The Jets did.
Jets definitely did their thing for sure. That was a huge win with Aaron Rodgers going down.
Oh, it's crazy.
A huge
That's
win.
crazy. Good for the card market.
Yeah.
Bad for Aaron Rodgers. Good for the card market. Bad for Aaron Rodgers. That's all I can say about that. We were worried about Zach Wilson, and I think that he's going to come back around. And I've been telling people to buy cards. I'll always go back to a little card segment. I want everybody to know. I know you follow me for cards. There'll always be a little hint of cards in this podcast. And buy Zach Wilson. Should have bought him before. I was telling people to buy him before because he's going to be the starter there one way or the other sooner than later now, right? But, I mean, it was pretty rough. Pretty rough. Now, what we've all been waiting for, I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. I'm here for you. I'm here for what you want to say. I'm here for what you want to hear. How about them Dolphins?
Listen, you Miami Dolphin fans out there, you guys know how I feel about you guys. You guys know how I feel about all Florida teams. But I am somebody that gives kudos when kudos is due. So, capture this moment because the Miami Dolphins did their thing. Okay? I got to give a lot of credit to the Miami Dolphins. Tua, a lot of skeptical part of me came out thinking like this guy is going to play scared. He's one concussion away from being sidelined for his entire life. But Tua came out slinging that ball. He came out throwing precision passes.
That's one thing, man. He's accurate.
He's so accurate. I mean, he really is.
There.
Yeah, Tua, you did your thing. It was a remarkable performance. The Dolphins' defense really didn't impress me, but, you know, they came through when they needed to come through. But, you know, that combo that he has between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle is absolutely filthy. And I
mean,
think
they still gave up 34 points, right? So that's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not impressed with your defense because, you know, they talk about Vic Fangio being there and this, that, and the third, but you still gave up 34 points, okay? So you guys got to tighten up that defense a lot if you want to go to the promised land and win a championship for all of you Dolphin fans, most of you to witness, because I know as sure as hell shit, a lot of you were not born or alive in 72 for their last one. So it's been a long time.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, me neither. Shit. But it's been a long time for you guys to celebrate something like that. So you guys got to tighten that up. But as far as your offense, explosive as hell. I give you guys real, like I said, I cannot keep saying it enough, but mad kudos, mad props. Two of you did your thing. Tyreek Hill, you probably are the scariest wide receiver in the entire league, probably in NFL history.
Guy's playing a different game. He's playing a different game altogether.
Oh, 100%. I think he's scarier than prime Jerry Rice, prime Randy Moss. I put Tyreek Hill up there, and I know that's pretty bold to say, but that dude is the scariest wide receiver the NFL has ever seen.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I mean, the guy is so fast.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. And there's people that are fast that come out, and they're like, oh, they're comparing him to Tyreek Hill's speed. Oh, he's the next Tyreek Hill. And what do? Nothing. So the guy's got everything. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Congrats, Dolphins. Whoop some ass. I had Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team.
Miami Dolphins, you did your thing. And listen, it pains me to say this, but I can't talk shit when there's nothing to talk shit about. You guys really balled out. Congratulations. Kudos to the Miami Dolphins. We'll see how you do this week.
So, speaking of pains me to say, I believe on our Chug predictions, you won.
Oh, yeah.
Just not even a point.
With ease. I didn't even take the points. That's how confident I was. That's how confident I was. And I made that pick based on so many things. First off, Patrick Mahomes does not have the same offense he's had over a numerous run of years. And even if Travis Kelce played, I still was taking Detroit, and I was still sticking by my Detroit pick because two guys are not going to, win an entire football game. This isn't basketball where you have one elite player and you could really ball out. And I'm referencing that to college basketball mostly. But you weren't doing it. A Super Bowl hangover is definitely a thing, and Detroit Lions are on the rise, man. They really are. Yeah. They got one of the nastiest O-lines in the entire league.
They are monsters. That Penny Sewell pick was a beast.
Oh, tremendous.
Couple years into that, they're like, okay, we did it right. We got that right pick.
For sure.
They haven't been known to draft the best over years.
No.
But they got that one right. They definitely got that one right.
Oh, without a doubt.
And all right, we're not Michelob Ultra, we're not sponsoring them, or they're not sponsoring us, whatever you want to call it. But your boy is a man of his word, so you know.
Feels good to be on the winning side, even though I ain't scared to chug one. But
It's
I'll
only
tell you
Ultra.
this: it feels good to be on the winning side, baby.
Got to keep the
6
calories down. This is a what is it? This is a 16 ounce, so you know.
Okay.
Help your boy out real quick. You know what I mean? I'll get it down a little fuzz. Little fuzz. But don't you worry. Your boy, I got the pick this week. I get the pick. Thursday, chug predictions.
What you going with?
Obviously. Let's go. Eagles -7, baby. You're chugging this week.
I might be, but you want to know what? I'm actually
7's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
It's
I'm
a lot of
actually,
points.
you know, listen. One thing, okay. So Minnesota probably has one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. That you know, and this is over the last couple of years. This is not just what just happened this past week. They give up points almost all the time. So that part, you know, has me a little on edge. But I like the 7, man. I really do. I mean, Justin Jefferson is an absolute beast. Kirk Cousins, he could have a game of his life, or he could play like dumpster Danny Dimes. So, I mean, it could go either way. But I like the 7. If I was to bet on it, which I'm not going to on that game,
It's a stay away game.
it's definitely a stay away game. Yeah. But in that type of situation, after what I seen Philly do this past Sunday against New England, or what they didn't do, I should say, Minnesota +7 does seem like a pretty solid bet.
Well, I want to get into that real quick. I mean, what do you mean didn't do it? You know, a lot of people actually had the Patriots as an upset at home. It's hard to go there and play. All right, we still won by 5.
Yeah, 5.
I mean,
a team that was just previously in the Super Bowl, that had the most loaded roster, that came back this year and almost blew a 16-point lead. It was 16-0. 16-0. And it ended up being 16-14 in the first half. Now, let me just tell you this. Philly wins 25-20 in Foxborough, right? But even though I called Philly, after this performance, it really makes me think a thing or two. Now, I have this stat pulled up. Philly, listen.
Can't wait for this.
Philly, if I'm going to tell you this right now. Philadelphia had their fewest yards in a game since 2021 in week 6, right?
I'm pretty sure Mac Jones outpassed Jalen Hurts, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
But if they don't figure it out, they're going to be in trouble this year. They really are. I'm telling you, look.
Relax.
Look, they need to figure it out. They need to figure out quick, because if they go up against the 49ers in the NFC Championship, Philly will get molly-whopped. The 49ers are too real on both sides of the ball. That defense is disgusting. For all of you guys that were commenting on that video of ours that were saying Pittsburgh's a lock, Pittsburgh's going to win outright, or take Pittsburgh +2.5, what's 2.5 going to do?
That was me.
I mean, come on. You guys really thought Pittsburgh had a chance against this team that is loaded. Regardless if you were skeptical about Brock Purdy coming back from that elbow surgery, you have CMC, Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. What? That is a crazy, filthy combo for an offensive passing game. Like, you have a tight end, you have a filthy running back, a true number 1 running back. You have guys that are equally as fast in the wide receiver that can play slots or on the outside. Then you have this stud, Brock Purdy, that was a 262 pick, the last pick of the NFL draft. That kid's playing with a chip on his shoulder every single week to show everybody, you guys picked me last. I'm telling you right now, I was a fan of Brock Purdy when he came in last year and he did his thing and he went 7-1 as a starter. And I'm still believing in Brock Purdy regardless of that injury. But then let's go on the defensive side of San Francisco. Those are some dogs. Dogs. Bosa. Fred Warner. He got paid. Dogs. They got dogs in them. I'm telling you right now. And out of all these quarterbacks in the NFC between Dak, Hurts, and Purdy,
oh, here we go.
I trust Dak the least.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't even been in that conversation.
Not at all. But those are the 3 top teams in the NFC, in my opinion, that are going to be the highest Super Bowl contenders in the NFC. Okay, now,
agreed.
Now, the way I rank them, I'm going to go Hurts, Purdy, Dak.
Well done.
In a respectful manner. But
go Birds.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Philly does not figure it out.
Figure it out. It's 1 week. Got the dub on the road at Foxborough against Belichick with a nasty defense. I'll take it.
They
take
gave
what
up
we can
200
get,
yards after the catch. Absolutely horrendous.
I mean, the defense
horrendous.
Is a little, yeah, I mean, we've got to, how many new starters on the defensive end, how many rookies, how many young guys. It's going to take some time to get those guys working together, but we got a nice.
They got into the red zone one time. One time in the red zone.
There we go.
They averaged 18 yards per drive.
Guy brought his iPad this week, and now he knows all the stats. Fucking Christ.
Their pass game was outplayed by Mac Jones. Did you see what Mac Jones? Mac Jones was throwing for chunks of yards. That game should have never came down to a 25-20 situational game where the Patriots were driving the ball down with under a minute left.
Man, if the Giants had 25 points, they still wouldn't have come close.
Wait, listen, we can talk about that all day.
Talk about 25 points.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, mark my words, if Philly doesn't figure it out.
You might not get 25 points in 3 weeks.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the Giants will put up at least 21 against Arizona. I'm telling you that right now.
Let's hope. All right, I'm a man of my word. Let's get it going. Good pick. Go Birds, -7 this week. That's your boy's pick.
Chug, 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 chug.
This is 16 ounce. Give me a second. Pretty good at it, though. Should I burp on live television?
This man came up after 3 sips.
That's just half cup.
This man came up after 3 sips. He needs to figure out, too, like his Eagles. I'm telling you right now. Look at this. 2 sips. Three different times. When I got a chug, it's going down. You ain't seeing no sips. You ain't seeing me gasping for air.
Done. Are you going to chug a 16-ouncer or are you going to chug a White Claw?
Hey,
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, maybe a high noon. I don't really fuck with the White Claws. But high noons or a Happy Dad, I'll slam one of those.
Gotta watch the calories, man.
Yeah,
Gotta watch the calories.
I'll slam one of those. But no, listen, at the end of the day, those are your 3 elite teams in the NFC between Dallas, the Niners, and Philly. And I think it's going to come down to if it matches up like this, because I do see them being in the top 3 seeds. But if it comes down to Philly and Niners, it's going to be an amazing NFC Championship game, one for the books. But if Philly doesn't figure out by then, the Niners are going to breeze over to the Super Bowl.
I want to ask you a question. We didn't have this on the chart. We didn't have this on the list of what we were going to talk about tonight. But you just brought up like the best 3 teams. What about the Bucs? They looked pretty good with Baker, man. They got a solid defense. Maybe Tom Brady was just holding them back. Maybe. It is Baker. But still, maybe, just maybe, Tom Brady was holding them back. What do you think?
This man is bringing up Baker Mayfield.
Same.
Now, look, I have nothing against Baker. I actually do like the guy, but listen, this guy is not bringing Tampa to do shit, and Tampa's not going to do shit. I mean, we already have talks that Mike Evans wants out. I mean, how good is that for chemistry in the locker room, number 1? Number 2.
Well, they're done if Evans wants out.
Yeah, they're done. But, I mean, number 2, I mean,
he wants a contract. He don't want out. He wanted a contract. They don't want to give him a contract.
So, yeah, if it doesn't give him a contract, he wants out. But, I mean, they played Minnesota. And like I said earlier, Minnesota has one of the shittiest defenses. So, it really, to me, wasn't like an amazing test or amazing testimony for the Buccaneers to have some kind of hope. I mean, even if I go into now and you look at their schedule. I mean, they play Chicago, which that game could be a toss-up. I mean, Chicago played like ass, and
that was rough.
That was really rough with Aaron Rodgers-less Packers, which I don't even want to go into that right now. But after that, they play Philly. They're going to get murdered by Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Murdered. I mean, New Orleans, 50-50. Detroit, they lose. Atlanta, they probably lose. Buffalo, they lose. Texans, they win. Tennessee, depending on the quarterback situation.
All right, let's not give out all your picks for the whole year. All right?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just going down like the list of Tampa Bay. Like when you bring them up, I mean, San Francisco, Indy, Carolina, Atlanta again, Green Bay, Jacksonville, New Orleans, Carolina. I mean, they might, in my opinion, win 6-7 games.
But they got a weak division. They could sneak into the playoffs.
I mean, do you think it's really weak?
Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans?
Absolutely. New Orleans? Kamara's coming back.
I mean,
MT's there and healthy. Derek Carr's not a scrub of a quarterback. He once was a candidate for a league MVP.
They beat the Tennessee Titans with your boy, Miami Dolphins' own Ryan Tannehill, who threw 3 picks and needs to get the fuck out. Bring Willis in. They beat him 16-15. Did you watch that game? It was the worst game I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's kicking field goals all over the place. Okay? That's not a stud team if you can't get in the end zone. Derek Carr, I think, did he end up throwing 1? I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's see. I got it right here. He did throw 1, right? He did throw 1. I mean, 16-15 at home, season opener against the Titans.
Bro, he went 23 for 33 with 305 yards. Those aren't shit numbers. I mean, yeah, he might have only threw one TD and one pick, but I mean, in all fairness, it's a brand new system to him. This is his first year in New Orleans. It's still Derek Carr. He's the best quarterback in that division, hands down, with the most offensive weapons. And I know Tennessee has, that beast Derrick Henry and Hopkins. But, I mean, Hopkins is getting a little older. Henry still can ball. But, I mean, who else does he really have from there? I mean, they have
so I want to
no
ask you a
quarterback.
question. I'm pretty sure the Jets were your pick to go to the Super Bowl. Did you have money on that, right?
Yeah, I did.
They're going to win the AFC East, right?
The Jets are done. If they don't get Tom Brady in there, or they don't try to reach out to like a Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, or even Ryan Fitzpatrick, somebody that I would just trust more than Zach Wilson.
I saw.
They're done. They're done. The Jets are done. Their chances of winning the division, let alone making the Super Bowl, let alone winning the Super Bowl, done.
I saw
not with Zach Wilson.
Cam Newton, was it like an option on their fucking
Cam
thing?
Newton was an option. Colin Kaepernick's agent reached out to them.
Colin Kaepernick, bring Colin Kaepernick in. Why not?
Anybody but Zach Wilson. And look, I'm not trying to roast the kid, but I mean, last year, 15 touchdowns, 18 picks. Come on.
Right.
Like,
my point is so what happened is you went from winning the Super Bowl to not even making the playoffs. So that could happen on the New Orleans Saints team as well.
For sure.
Right? So
absolutely.
You're telling me that the Bucs don't have a chance? Because I think they might.
I don't think so. I think New Orleans wins that division, and I think that you never know, but I don't see Carr getting hurt.
All right. I mean, that's all fine and good and everything like that. You don't agree with Baker, but let's get back to the real point here. Is Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, right? I mean, it's so sad what happened
it really is.
To him. I mean, 4 plays in, we had so much more hope and so much more expectations with that, but that's not the question that I have. I have a huge, huge question that I think is important. What happens if Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay? Or if they never made that decision, would Aaron Rodgers have gotten hurt anyways? Like, there's no way of really knowing, but, man, Jordan Love looked good.
He did.
Jordan Love looked good. 3 touchdowns. And what happened to Aaron Rodgers? I mean, someone's on the higher end of that side and someone's on the lower end of that side. What do you think about it?
Well, first off, if this trade never goes down or anything, Aaron Rodgers retires. He doesn't even return to Green Bay. That's my honest and truthful opinion. I don't see him returning to Green Bay. I think that his time there was done. I don't think he was happy. I don't think he had the firepower around him for them to even get to a Super Bowl. So I think that the move was to go to a team that had some either young talent like the Jets or a Super Bowl contender. But I'll tell you this, Aaron Rodgers still finds a way to fuck Green Bay. I mean, he had to play 65% of the snaps, and since for them to get a first-round pick, the fact that he got hurt and it was only 4 plays, now the Jets get a second-round pick.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I find that kind of ironic. I'm not saying he definitely got hurt on purpose, clearly, but he still found a way to stick it to Green Bay. Now, Rodgers, with that going down, I mean, like I said, the Jets are done. They're done.
I don't know, man.
There's no Super Bowl hope, man.
Zachy Poo. I think Zachy Poo's got a shot, man.
I don't, man. I mean, even though he did rally the team to a W, I mean, he was the same Zach Wilson through a pick. I mean, that didn't change. I just don't think that he's ready for it. And I don't think that you, as the New York Jets, can trust Zach Wilson with that team of that elite of a defense and a young, hungry offense that is very dangerous if you have a veteran quarterback to leave it in Zach Wilson. I mean, think about it. If they leave it into Zach Wilson's hands and the Jets to where everybody was so excited about the season for them to possibly win the division, possibly make it to the Super Bowl, possibly win a Super Bowl, now you're going to go back to a guy that threw 15 touchdowns with 18 interceptions last year. I don't think has enough time of growth. And, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing was for him to come in, follow him, mentor him, things like that. So I think that if you roll with Zach Wilson, the Jets fall back. The Jets fall maybe to a 4th place in the division. I think the Patriots jump up. Dolphins definitely jump up, and it becomes a debate for Dolphins-Bills. But it's a waste of a year. Like, you cannot have that kind of team with that kind of defense and trust Zach Wilson to take you to where they thought Aaron Rodgers was going to take them. You just can't. You got to pick up the phone.
So let me ask you a question. No Zach Wilson, Jets are done, right?
Yes.
The Patriots should have gotten more smoked by the Eagles, in your words, right? So they're trash, right? You got a lot to say about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills being done. So that only leaves one team.
The Miami Dolphins.
Tell me again.
Hey, listen. The Miami Dolphins now, with everything that just happened and transpired and everything we saw this past weekend, the Miami Dolphins now have a chance to win that division.
Oh, my God. Did you hear it?
I can't believe I'm saying
Let
that.
me talk to you.
You know, save this clip, all you Miami fans, because it's the truth, though. I mean, Miami now is in the best possible way if Tua stays away from
That's
a
the biggest
concussion.
key, right?
It's
Tua
the
stays
biggest
healthy.
key. If he stays healthy and he doesn't get another concussion, the Miami Dolphins have the best chance to win that division, and those are facts. I mean, Josh Allen, what he did with 4 turnovers in that game with an Aaron Rodgers-less Jets team, you know, is very unacceptable. I mean, granted, fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, he drove the ball down to tie the game. That's impressive. You know, he could do that, but you cannot put yourself in a situation to think like, oh, we're just going to drive the ball down to either take the lead or to tie the game. You can't think like that because look what happened with New England and Philly. New England caught momentum. They were playing hot as hell, and they almost came back, but they didn't. They couldn't capitalize. That same thing with San Diego or Los Angeles. I'm sorry. They got the ball back. They were down by 2. They've been driving the ball down the whole time, but that Miami defense stood up when it counted. So you can't always think like because you have elite weapons, you have a really stout quarterback, that you're going to be able to put yourself in that position where it's almost a guarantee. And Buffalo, you know, listen, if Josh Allen doesn't figure it out, the Miami Dolphins will win that division.
But at what point does it come down to coaching, right? I mean, like, they got running backs in there. Cook is
Coaching for who?
the Bills, right? Like, you keep putting Josh Allen. Let me tell you, that Josh Allen, like, clip at the end after the game, I mean, that's a broken man, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, he wants to cry. He's like, I can't get out of my own head. I can't get out of my own way. So at that point, it's coaching, right? Because you got to put your players in the best position. You got running backs in there. You're going to run the ball more this time. You're going to run the ball more this time. And they still let him throw bombs and just in the coverage, right? So you got, as a coach, you got to do a better. So I think it's both, right? I think it's both. I think it's both people's fault. I think it's Allen's fault, and I think it's McDermott's fault. I think it's both of their faults. Because the coach doesn't change his game plan, and Josh Allen doesn't change his game plan. That guy's still running up the gut and trying to hurdle people and wrecked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why these coaches can't get a hold of their quarterback. And if you can't get a hold of your quarterback, then you call different plays.
Josh Allen had a QB rating of 42 with 3 interceptions and a touchdown.
A fumble. He had a fumble.
And a fumble, and went 29 for 41 with 236 yards. That is not on the coaches at all. That man looked depleted because he just got beat by Zach Wilson and the Jets. That's what happened. Josh Allen,
Okay.
that was a horrible performance. That was not on the coach. That was a horrible, horrible performance. From the start of the game, Josh Allen was not playing lights out. Like you said, great point, in his own head. He needs to know that he has a fire team. He needs to know that he is a solid quarterback. He needs to play with more confidence. That was no confidence in Josh Allen. I'm not putting that on the coaches at all. I'm putting that strictly on Josh Allen. Who's in the NFL? Who's the 95% of the time? Who's the leader on every team?
Quarterback.
Who's the mentor on every team?
I mean, coach? Where are you going with that? Coach?
I'm talking about
quarterback.
Players.
Quarterback or
who do the players look up to? Who do the players get behind?
It's a different question for every team, I think. I mean, quarterback on a lot of teams. Ray Lewis on the Baltimore Ravens, right? Like,
95% of the time.
Okay, quarterback.
Okay, quarterback. So, no, but it's the truth. A quarterback is the captain of the team. Quarterback is the one that grabs the players when they're messing up and tells them, hey, listen, don't do that. Hey, tighten up. Hey, this, hey, that. People follow and respect. If the players respect their quarterback and follow their quarterback and look up to their quarterback has all the influence, sometimes even over the coaches. So with that being said, with this performance, I would not put this on the Bills coaching staff.
So
at all.
you think 41 passing attempts by Josh Allen is good, and you think that 6 of the, let me count this up, total 22 carries for the Buffalo Bills, 6 of them were Josh Allen. So 16 rushing attempts by somebody else that wasn't Josh Allen, and 41 passing attempts. You think that is a good coach's offensive plan to win a football game against a tough Jets defense? I completely disagree.
I think that the Bills over the
And
last
they're
couple of
following the
years,
same thing that they did last year. And that's kind of why he was upset. Because he's doing the same thing as last year, but the Bills coaches still can't get out of their own way and learn how to run the motherfucking football.
Look, and the Bills been a passing team over the last couple of years.
Uh-huh.
Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, like those are their go-to guys. They don't really run the ball. The Bills over the last couple of years haven't had like a, oh wow, they got like a Derrick Henry running back, or even the new guys, B.J. Robinson or Saquon Barkley. The Bills never in the last couple of years had a wow running back where you're like, oh, their running back game is fire. If anything, it was their receiving core. So in my opinion, the Bills always have come off like a pass-first team over a run team. So
Of course.
for him to throw 41 attempts, that doesn't surprise me. That's not an astronomical number. Now, if for somehow he was like in the high 50s, 60s, then I could say, okay, yeah, maybe we got to look at the coaches and say, hey, listen, this game wasn't balanced. I know it's crazy, but there are some teams out there that some guys are throwing the ball 50 times.
Right.
Like a Los Angeles Chargers. Herbert slings that ball.
Yeah.
Jacksonville slings that ball. And there are some teams that are prolifically high passing teams.
So then why get Damon Harris, right? Damon Harris for the Patriots is a good back, right? He was a really good back. He fought with Stevenson for the touches there, but they were 50-50 at a good point there. And they didn't want to pay him. The Patriots never want to pay anybody, right?
Never.
But you bring in Damon Harris, you bring in Latavius Murray. Damon Harris got one carry, and Latavius Murray got 2 carries.
Latavius Murray's old ass. Listen, he's only there for moral support.
He's still efficient, though.
Yeah, he's only there for moral
Harris,
support.
1 carry for 3 yards.
In my opinion, Damian Harris should be the starter on Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Way more experience. He's done more, has better of a track record. With them having James Cook in there, James Cook ain't he's young, but he wasn't one of the young running backs that came out that was like, oh, this guy's fire, like a Jeremiah Gibbs or a B.J. Robinson or, even prime guys that come out. Like, he wasn't like a stout guy like that. Damian Harris should be the starting running back for the Buffalo Bills, and then we could see what their offensive scheme is like.
And it blows my mind that he's like 3rd on that team. When he was putting up, I think he put up a 1,000-yard season in New England.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that just, in my mind, right, you don't think it's coaching. I do. And that, to me, shows me that it's coaching. They just can't get out of their own way. They can't say, oh, we brought in these running backs. Damian Harris is a good running back. Latavius Murray is a good crutch running back. And guess what? We're going to run James Cook 12 times, these guys 1 and 2 times, and we're going to just let Josh Allen do everything. Well, if your quarterback can't get out of his own way, it's probably a bad thing if you just let him just take the reins and go do everything, right? It took a while for Tom Brady to get the reins, right? That was a running team. It takes a while for these quarterbacks to get the full reins of the offense and actually be able to do what the hell they want to do, right? Until they get the trust of their coach, until they get the trust of their team. And I feel like Josh Allen has been thrown into that on his own doing as well, because he wants it, right? Too soon. And he's never shown the maturity and the ability to dial it back. He's just go. It works until they don't make the fucking Super Bowl and they don't win, and it's back to the same old Buffalo Bills. What do you think about that?
What I think is that you have a quarterback.
Why do you got a bigger iPad than me? That's what I want to know. How big is that fucking iPad?
When you're 6-0, baby, you need the best quality in the world. That's how I make these picks.
I got to bring my other iPad. Jesus,
Listen,
I got a little tiny iPad. I don't know.
The last 3 seasons, Josh Allen has thrown over 4,000 yards. 4,000 with over 100 touchdown passes. If you think that Josh Allen shouldn't be slinging that ball, to me, that's absolutely crazy. Like, he makes plays when he doesn't sling it because he could run. He's not afraid of getting hit. But that man can sling the rock, and he has numbers to prove it. So I'm going to let Josh Allen throw the ball more than trusting my run game that is subpar, if not non-existent. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, Buffalo Bills finish third in the division.
No, what?
Absolutely.
No
now,
way. No way.
Now, with Zach Wilson, Zachy Poo, if there's still a chance that the Bills come in third in that division.
Not a chance. Bills are going to regroup. They're going to get back on track. It was definitely a disappointing game that they should have won with Aaron Rodgers going out. But the Bills are going to figure it out. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not even saying they'll make the Super Bowl, but they'll figure it out to have a fighting chance to win that division or come second behind Miami in a wild card. But New England ain't going, and the Jets ain't going. So, I mean, it's coming down to just two teams. I mean, I don't care what Mac Jones did to your squad. I mean, we won. That was impressive. Mac Jones definitely showed some composure in that game. But New England ain't doing it. The Jets ain't doing it. It's coming down to the Bills, Miami. If Buffalo figures it out, they're going to give Miami a run for their money. But if they don't, Miami takes that division, Bills make a wild card, and that's it. I mean, there's no other way to cut that. That's cookie cutter right there.
I mean, there's no other way to segment into this next one because you just know everything, right? So let's fucking do it, man. Let's just get into Pauly's picks. You ready?
Pauly's picks, baby. I mean, is it cool to throw some college in there, or we just want to?
I mean, Pauly's picks are Pauly's picks. You do whatever you want.
Okay.
I mean, legend 6-0, and just so you guys know, there's a little seventh pick under the radar that we both kind of agreed on on the Monday night game. We kind of like called that too. So 7-0 really, but 6-0 on deck.
Yeah, 6-0 on deck. Now, listen. For all the backlash I got for these picks on 6-0, blows my mind. Talking about I picked heavy favorites, I did this, I did that. Listen, I picked favorites that are on the road. Tell me that it ain't hard going on the road and winning these games. I mean, if you want to disagree with me, then you guys don't know what you're talking about, and we see who the clowns are. So let's put that to rest. I also gave you two spread picks that people were going the opposite way on, saying that you're crazy laying Baltimore minus the 10. That's a lot of wood. But I said they should win that game by 21. Then San Francisco. You guys thought Pittsburgh really had a chance? Then you guys literally don't know football because that defense and offense is stout with a bunch of dogs. Now, week one, to me, is really the hardest week because you don't know how these teams are going to fare out. A lot of new faces, not a lot of new coaches, things like that. Now, with that being said, week two becomes a little trickier because of what we've just seen for this past week. But we're gonna start off with my New York Giants to go into Arizona and show the world the high expectations that they should have had. Saquon Barkley's going to ball out. Waller's going to ball out. Danny Dimes is going to come out slanging that rock, and I'm going to go with the Giants in Arizona. It's minus 5.5. I'm going to lay that 5.5 with the Giants, baby. I really am. Joshua Dobbs. Listen, if we lose to Joshua Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals, and even if we win and we don't cover, you will never hear me talk the rest of this season and back the Giants on how magnificent we were supposed to be this year. That's number one. So we're going to go Giants minus 5.5. We're going to scroll down, and this one is for you Miami fans right here. You got the Dolphins going into Foxborough. I'm going with Miami, money line. It's a divisional game. It's way too close. I know 2.5, but I'm not even going to mess with it. I could see that game coming down to the field goal, maybe coming down to a 1-point game. Foxborough is a tough place to play, but we're going Miami minus 2.5. We're going to scroll up. We got 49ers in L.A. Listen, Matt Stafford, I tip my hat off to you for being Seattle in Seattle. That was an impressive win with nobody, but they still have no Cooper Kupp. I do not see you guys going against San Francisco and doing what you did to Seattle. I'm laying the 8 with San Francisco. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do San Francisco. We're going to buy 1 point, just make it a touchdown game at minus 7. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip over to college football. I really like college football this year. It's really exciting. There's a lot of great teams. We finally don't have the typical 4 that's always up there. Alabama got mollywopped by the Texas. And you know what? We got Texas right now, and Texas is playing...
Longhorns, by the Longhorns.
Yeah, we're talking about the Longhorns. They're playing Wyoming. Texas is minus 28.5. That is a lot of wood. But that quarterback said that Texas is back. I'm going to tell my boy, and I'm going to lay the 28. I'm going to buy the half-point hook and lay the 28 with Texas. We're going with prime time. Prime time Dion.
Prime time, baby.
We're going prime time Dion.
Making people a lot of money.
Yeah, making people a lot of money. It's minus 23. We're going to buy it down to a clean 20. I think Colorado can win by 3 touchdowns, so we're going to go Colorado minus 20. And then the lock that I think is beyond a lock is the Florida Gators are poo-poo, trash. They might win 2 or 3 games. We're going to go with Tennessee. We're going to lay the 6. They're going to the swamp, and they're going to stomp on the Florida Gators. Tennessee is the play of the week.
I mean, I like that play. I can't. There's nothing I can do with it. I love the aggression. I love it. I love the Colorado pick. Dion is the truth. They're the truth. I've been saying that. I've been riding them the whole time. That was a lot. There was a lot there. There was a lot there.
I wanted to shoot out 6 because I did 6 week 1, but I wanted to mix it up. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to say Colorado minus 20.
Yes.
Texas minus 28. Tennessee minus 6 for college picks. NFL, we got the Miami Dolphins money line. We got the 49ers minus 7. And we got the New York Giants minus 5.5. So for all you trolls that say I just picked money lines, I just went 6 spreads this week. 6 spreads.
It's aggressive.
And I did not take no points from the house. I'm laying points with all 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I did take 1 money line. Okay, I don't want to hear that from all the clowns that say, "Oh, you don't even know what you took." Okay, you're right. I took the Miami money line because it is a divisional game. But the rest of the 5, I'm laying the points. I'm laying the points on the spread. I'm feeling it, baby. Let's go.
I mean, I like it. I like the energy. I'm feeling it too. The only one. I mean, I think the Dolphins could get away with minus 2.5, right? I think they can get away with it. I'm a person of buying the points, right? If you feel like, use the advantage that you have. Use the advantage against the bookie, against the house, against Vegas. Shout out to, hopefully, Seminoles. We're getting sports betting here.
I saw
in
that.
South Florida,
back.
baby.
Yup.
Uh-oh, that's a wrap. Hello, free rooms at the Hard Rock for your boy.
I like that. I saw that. I did. I really did.
I like those picks, man. I think I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I am too. I really am. I just,
Giants 5.5. Cardinals played good. They played good. They played tough. They're going to play tough.
Dobbs. I mean, listen, I'm not surprised that they hung around with Washington. I'm telling you, I knew it. I said the Washington money line for a reason, because who is Washington to be a 7-point favorite? I don't even remember the last time they were that big of a favorite over the last couple of years. For them to automatically come out the gate and lay the 7, that was crazy to me. So even though they still won, still called it, they only won by 4. Listen, they hung around with a Washington team that I feel like has gotten way too much credit just because of this new ownership and blah, 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 and just a bunch of fairy dust. Washington got put on way too much of a pedestal, and this Sam Howell kid, this kid ain't no coming out the gate like Joe Burrow, Patrick, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, and they put him up there like that to put that team under Sam Howell at minus 7. Whoever gave Washington that credit, reevaluate the way you look at sports, because Washington is not a 7-point favorite against any team in the NFL.
I like all those picks. I think that I really like the Arizona Cardinals defense. I think that game could be close. especially, I know you're going to say the Giants are going to come out strong and stuff like that. They're going on the road after a loss on the West Coast. I think that game could be a little bit closer. And the other one that I have a little issue with, I mean, they're all pretty good picks, don't get me wrong. But the other one is Texas College, right? After that Alabama game, after that big win, Wyoming.
Come on, bro.
I'm
really?
just telling you. I'm just saying.
Really?
Wyoming is 2-0, man. And
Wyoming is 2-0. Can you please reiterate to all of our fans out there, where's Wyoming coming out of?
The MWC?
Okay. The Mountain West against a Big 12.
I'm just saying, there is such thing as a letdown game. That is real life.
And that ain't going to be the letdown game. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Big win against Alabama. Hard-fought game against Alabama. I'm not saying they're not going to win the game, but by, what'd you get them, 28, you said? Right? You brought it down? So
You brought it down half a point.
Right.
Half a point.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Because I don't like the hooks. Because
I don't like
even
the
if you
hooks
even
either.
if you
get away from the hooks, get away from the hook.
Pay the extra 10 to 30 bucks for the half a point. Get away from it, because if you get the 28, listen. A wise man once told me, and that's my Papa Dukes, a push is better than a loss, people. So if you did lay the 28 and you push, we ain't losing. We get our money back. We invested into the next game.
And you know all the trolls are going to come out and be like, that's not a real sports bettor.
That is a real sports
You're not gonna win in the long run. You're not gonna win in the long. I hate to break it to you guys. I think this is a good time to address the TikTok comments that we had. We appreciate all the fans. We went viral from this video last week. It's phenomenal. We really, really appreciate it. And everybody that's supporting and everybody knows the game and all that stuff, we really appreciate it. We love it. But for you guys that say gambling is a problem, sports betting is a problem, these guys are putting out their picks afterwards, that's false. Go to Signed Icon, YouTube, Thursday. All the picks are out. And we're not doing this for you guys to follow us and bet. We do it for fun. We bet. Those are our picks. You don't have to tag along at all. You don't have to do anything. All you can do is listen and have fun, and we appreciate that. But, you know, trolls, let the trolls be trolls. What do you think?
I totally agree. And listen, I always say this. Bet at your own risk. Bet what you could afford to bet. I could make a comment until you put the house on it. That's because I'm confident in the pick in myself if I want to put my own house on it. And not literally, but metaphorically speaking, I just mean unload on the pick. You know, you usually bet a couple hundred. Yeah, you usually bet a couple hundred. Unload on it. Take a chance. No risk, no reward. But listen, at the end of the day, at the forefront, bet with what you're comfortable betting, people. Okay? I'm not putting a gun to your head. I'm not telling you what to bet. But be smart about it at the end of the day. But if you miss the train and you didn't have the balls to put the money on it, don't come around trolling thinking that we don't know what we're talking about because you missed on easy, free money.
And if you get out of work and you go to the strip club and you're going to drop some fucking coin on some strippers and some booze and some half-ass food, that's the money he's talking about putting on the picks. Right?
Absolutely.
Same shit.
Absolutely.
You're wasting the money anyway. Throw it on the picks. Don't fucking throw your life away, though.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Speaking of throwing your life away, here's my DFS lineup of the week. I'm addicted to DFS, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever you do for your daily fantasy. So let's just get into it. Josh Allen at quarterback. Kenneth Walker, running back. Rashad White, running back. Stephon Diggs. DeAndre Hopkins. Jacoby Myers, receivers. Kincaid at the tight end. Romeo Doubs in the flex. And the Cardinals defense against the Giants. I told you I had the Cardinals defense. And
tripping.
I love combos, right? Josh Allen's my quarterback. The reason why I have Josh Allen as my quarterback is because he's going to come out firing. They hate to lose, and I think he gets pissed off, and he's going to come out. Normally, he goes crazy. So you want to have that combo. Stephon Diggs, I'm going to go an extra mile with that with Kincaid. Have two for Josh Allen. I think he's going to go crazy. Follow, like, subscribe, DFS. Let's win.
Hey, bro, I like it. I mean, back to that lineup's pretty stout. I mean, a lot of those players did have some good weeks this week. Josh Allen, I definitely agree with you. Josh Allen is going to come out slinging. They are playing at home against the Raiders. I can't even give you a cap on that game because they're after what I just saw, for them to be laying 9.5 against the Raiders, I don't know about that. I do think he's going to ball out. I would check in, if you do want to look at anything, I would check in on his player props for passing yards, and I would take the over on his passing yards.
You think they're going to just keep passing the ball?
They're definitely going to keep passing the ball.
See, I like Jacoby Myers too. But see, like my strategy on DFS is a couple things. Who loses the week before and wants to come out and strong, and who's going to pass the ball? You already said Josh Allen's going to pass the ball a lot, right? Who's going to play from behind? That's the big thing. Big key is who's playing from behind, who has to throw the ball to catch back up. I think the Raiders are going to be playing far from behind. Jacoby Myers looked really good last week. Now, he has a questionable mark, so we'll look at that later in the week. But the questionable mark, if he's healthy, we're going to stick with Jacoby Myers. He had a ball last week. I think DeAndre Hopkins in Tennessee, he got a lot of targets, right? Mm-hmm. Tannehill needs to get the fuck out. Three picks. Still threw him the ball, though. And they're going to be coming from way behind against the Chargers, right? Then Romeo Doubs might be the only receiver available on the Packers. So, in my mind, that's the play. Walker's a beast. Rashad White, Tampa Bay. You know how I feel about Tampa Bay. You know how you feel about Tampa Bay. Such a hater on Tampa Bay.
I mean, it's not even that. I'm not even hating on them. I just don't think that win solidifies for us to talk about Tampa Bay in any being relevant in any which way, shape, or form.
So let me ask you a question. You're saying that the Vikings are worse than they're projected, or the Tampa Bay Bucks aren't as good as they're projected? Am I saying the same thing?
Yeah, you're saying the same thing properly. That's a hard cap because like it's week 1, Baker, like they won, but I mean.
So no, the Bucks aren't as good as they looked, or the Vikings are as
bad as they played.
Right.
Okay. No. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. The Bucks are not as good as they looked. Yes, I'm going with that.
Okay.
The Bucks are not as good as they looked.
I mean, at some point, Kirk Cousins got to get the fuck out, right? It's time to draft a quarterback. Let's go. This year coming up, Vikings, you want Justin Jefferson to stay? He wants a contract? Bro, tank that shit. I know the Giants are trying to tank. Everybody wants Danny Dimes out of there already. All the Giants fans want him. Vikings, tank, get one of those stud quarterbacks at the top of the draft.
Well, one thing I want to actually bring up that we're talking about quarterbacks again, what do you think right now? How do you think the Jets should play this? I mean, I know we talked about it a little earlier, but the reason why I ask is, do you think that Tom Brady is the answer to be the number one phone call from the Jets?
Ooh, that's so tough. I mean, they're talking about bringing Flacco back, so I don't know if they're going that deep to Brady, but I mean, based on what I heard from last night with Tom Brady being at the Patriots game or whatever 2 days ago, being at the Patriots game, they were talking about the Patriots asking Tom Brady to come back. We got a winner now to bring him back, and it's like Tom Brady is fucking old. Let that man play basketball with his kids. Bang supermodels and get the fuck out and ride into the sunset. That guy, Baker Mayfield is playing better for the Bucks than Tom Brady did, right? Like, let him go.
I don't know about that. That's pretty bold.
Zach Wilson.
You call back New York Jets.
Verlander.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Damn it.
The Jets, call Tom Brady. Do not have too much pride. Do not feel like you owe this kid anything. You don't owe him dilly, okay? Nothing.
Was he the 2 pick? Number 2 pick?
I don't care if he was the number 1 pick. I don't care if he went in there and he threw 2-3 touchdowns and not an interception. Do not ride with fucking Zach Wilson. And I'm not even trying to fucking make it like a secret. Call Tom Brady and call him fast. You guys have a winning team right now. Tom might be intrigued. Tom might say, oh, shit.
He just wants to hoard trophies, right?
Listen.
He's like, I'll go to this team. I want to hoard some trophies.
Tom comes in there. He has a little legitimate chance to get his 8th ring. Right now, this is a crazy stat. Tom Brady has as many rings as the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise has in Super Bowls. That is crazy to say. Now, if you want to be the superior god of the NFL, and this team has a chance that you could win a Super Bowl and have an 8th ring more than any team has, go take it, my man. Take it. You only got to play a full season. You're going to come in. You probably won't play till like week 3 or 4 because you got to get in the groove of things. But you're not even playing a full season. If I'm Tom Brady, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, shit, they got this young of a team, this fire of a defense. The only thing he might have to worry about is that O-line that they're definitely going to have to figure something out and tweak a little bit.
And he pops the Achilles.
Oh, bro, that'd be some crazy
4
stuff.
plays in, Tom Brady can't move. And this offensive line is trash. And all you're worried about is rings. And it takes a while to get the rings, right? Rings take a long time. I mean, it's too easy. It's too easy. Talk about them Yankees. I mean, how about rings with the Yankees? The Yankees fans, they just keep bringing up these titles from we don't remember anymore.
Let's relax. It's 2009. It's not that long ago.
We don't remember, and they're getting no hit through 10 innings.
Listen,
And
man.
they're still winning somehow. Jesus, Brewers, come on, man. That is ridiculous. But 10 innings of no-hit baseball for the Yankees. What is going on, man? That shit's crazy. That's unbelievable. And they don't even get credit for a no-hit game, which is also crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, we just got back to 500. We had a doubleheader today. We beat Boston game 1, and we're playing game 2. I think we're tied. But listen, I said this before. I don't want to hear, speak, or talk about the New York Yankees until you guys figure out what you're doing. I don't care. I don't care who we have in the lineup. It's disgusting that the Yankees with that kind of payroll are in last place of the division, and honestly, it doesn't matter what they're going to do. They're not making the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, no, it's
They're
a wrap,
not.
yeah. They're bringing up the young guys. Dominguez looks good, though.
He does, but I mean, they're shot. I'm actually surprised Baltimore is going to wind up winning this division. That's impressive. But you're going to have Baltimore, Tampa. You got Twins. You got Houston, Texas, and Seattle. Yankees are done. It doesn't matter what they do for the rest of the month of September. They're shot. They're done. Back to the drawing board. With all that payroll and all that money, you guys better figure it out because next year, I'm not saying like they're guaranteed to win, but if you guys are going to have seasons like this, I mean, you're going to be in the same company with the Rockies, Washington, Oakland. This is disgusting. Kansas City. Disgusting company to be in. Get it together, New York. Get it together. Figure it out. I'm tired of the Yankees. I'm tired of it. They're disappointing me like the Knicks.
I mean, I will say that. I mean, they're 500. They come back. They've won some games. There was people that were saying like, oh, maybe they could rally. No, the fuck you can't rally.
It's too late.
It's too late.
They're rallying
Relax.
too late. 7-3 in the
But
last 10. Who
72 and
cares?
72, 5th in their division.
It's horrible. I
Which
can't
is
believe that.
crazy, though.
It is crazy.
It's not a bad season. It's not a good season. It's just a
But
even
that
season, right?
Yeah,
A
but that
mediocre
division.
season.
Yeah, no, but that division's loaded.
Yeah,
Out of,
I mean,
out of
it
all
is.
the divisions, like that division is loaded. Like every year, it's always Atlanta or Philly in the NL East. In NL Central, it's always the Brewers, Cubs. In the West, it's always the Dodgers. Always, like no one's touching them. In the West, it's always the Astros. The Central has mixed over the last couple of years, but then you got the East between Rays, Baltimore, Toronto, Boston, Yankees. That is the most loaded division, hands down, and it always has been, and it probably always will be. So, I mean, but still no excuse to be last
I think the
place.
biggest disgrace of this year for the Yankees is that they did not finish. Well, not yet. They still have a chance to, but right now the Red Sox are ahead of them. And that Red Sox roster is nowhere close
Poo-poo.
to the Yankees roster.
Poo-poo.
And there's no reason why the Yankees should not finish ahead of the Red Sox. And they're in the bottom of the division, and it's like,
Well,
we got some house music.
if
going on.
we beat Boston, right now top of the 6, 1-1, no outs, runners on first and third, we will be tied. We'll be tied 73 and 72.
What's that? 144? Right now you're at 144, so that'd be 145. So what's there? 62. So 17 games left. Mm-hmm. Oh, we still got a long way to go for that. Maybe if the Yankees win all 17 games, they'll
They
make the
have
playoffs.
to. They have to win all 17 to win to make the playoffs. And is that going to happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I already canceled this year's subscription to the Yes Network because I said I'm not watching.
You have a subscription to the Yes Network.
I watch every Yankee game. Every Yankee game I watch.
There's
I
like,
have
there's
a
like
chance at
other
home.
stuff for that.
Well, listen, I do
Hakeem,
it.
how do you watch the Yankees? You don't.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Listen, I've had that subscription for a long time. I canceled it, and I'm not.
Be careful with those subscriptions because they fuck you, man. I just realized
They do.
not too long ago I was getting a fucking $88 a month charge from Roku, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's crazy.
I'm like, "What would I
They were
ever
waxing
pay
you.
for $88 a month from Roku?" Turned out it was Fubo. I always mix that up. For us, by us, but the Fubo.
Okay.
TV is like the soccer one that they just.
Yes.
$88 fucking a month. Those motherfuckers been me.
That's insane.
And that's bullshit. So finally, I told Amex, I was like, "Yo, cut them off."
Yeah, you gotta begin.
So I went in and I pair them out. They get you like that, bro. You gotta be careful with those subscriptions.
You
It's
definitely
crazy.
do because you forget, bro. You just forget.
But in what world do you charge $88 a month? You're not HBO. And HBO charges like $36. You ain't Cinemax. You ain't showing me titties.
Yeah.
You ain't fucking, what's the other one? Showtime.
Showtime,
You ain't none of that. You don't got Entourage on your fucking Fubo. What the fuck? You went up in stock like 3 years ago, one time. Now, boom, now you want to charge people $88. It's crazy. That's robbery.
I have Stars. I pay for Stars, but because I'm a big fan of the series Power and all the
Tommy.
spinoffs.
Right, of course.
Tommy, all that. Power, best show hands down. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's actually a show that it's so deep in now, but you could watch that and binge it.
How
and
many
get into
spinoffs
it.
do they have now, though?
Now they have.
I watched
three.
Power.
Three.
Was great.
It is 3, right? Yeah, they got Force with Tommy. They got Power Book 2 with Tariq, and then they got Raising Kanan with Kanan and how he grew up. They're actually going to make a 4th one with the governor, Rashad Tate, but it got canceled because I think they found out.
Guy.
Yeah, I didn't like him either, and I think they found out that that would have flatlined and probably ruined the name Power because I don't see what you could really do with him. But these books that they've been spinning off are fire.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I watched Power throughout.
Fire.
Loved the show. I did not watch any of the spinoffs.
Oh
yet.
no,
We just got so many fucking shows now.
Yeah, but
So many things to
Power
do.
Book 2 with Tariq, that thing was really taking off. I'm
I
surprised.
didn't like the kid though.
Hey, listen, I didn't like him at
hated
first.
him.
I didn't like him at first, but I like him now because he's like his dad on steroids, and then his best friend Braden is like Tommy. So it's like almost they spun it as in like they're like portraying like his father and Tommy, but in a new light. Between Tyreek and Braden, but it's really dope. They really got something going over there, and then we're in season 2 now of Force, Tommy spinoff, and he's definitely crushing it. I am just waiting for James St. Patrick, Ghost, to come back in some way, shape, or form because every time somebody dies on that show, they make an Instagram tribute that person has getting written off, like of how they died. They never did that with Ghost.
Oh, that's interesting.
Never, ever. If you guys remember, you go back and watch it, or go back on the Power Instagram page, you'll never see a write-off of Ghost. So I feel like they're going to come and surprise us some way, shape, or form down the line, and that's going to get me wild. But now, when I talk about I'm a die-hard Power fan, I'm a die-hard Power fan.
I mean, I'm thinking about it now, and like I'm forgetting of what actually happened. I know Ghost died. Did 50 Cent die?
Yeah.
And the wife died?
No.
Or she went to jail?
She went to jail. Yeah,
she went to jail, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's crazy.
The kid I hated. I hated the kid, right?
Well, I mean, did you hate the kid because he killed his dad?
Of course I did. No respect, bro.
Okay. I mean, I'm not condoning that at all. I'm gonna put that out there first, and I don't think I could ever do that. I know I would never do that, but that was a savage ass move. If you got the balls to kill your dad, to take over in whatever shape, way, or form, that's a savage right there. And honestly, that's not why I gained respect for him because I liked how they turned his character in Power Book 2, but that really made me think, like, I got to see what they're going to do with this kid in this spinoff. Like, when I tell you that.
So they got you. That's good.
Oh, they got me. I'm telling you, the only reason I got Stars or pay for Stars is that series. So shout out to 50 on that production because you're.
Shout out for the $19.99 a month to Stars. Good job.
I think I got it for $14.99 or $9.99. $9.99 or $14.99. It's not bad. I'll pay that for that show.
But let me ask you a question. When the show's over, are you going to.
No, I keep
remember?
it. Yeah, no, I keep it because back to that whole thing, like you forget. And then
like LA Fitness is the worst, right?
Yeah.
I fucking figured out a way to cancel Roku. All Roku, go fuck yourself. LA Fitness is brilliant. They got you, man. You can't cancel that shit unless you call them or you go in.
Yep.
I lost my LA Fitness. I'm paying $40 a month, $10 a week for LA Fitness. I can't even find my little QR code thing.
Oh, bro, you got to download that.
Rap. I don't even know my account number.
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know shit.
Download the app on that thing. Throw the thing on the phone. I walk in there all the time. I'm just like, they don't even talk to you anymore. You just go up and boom, and you're in there.
Right,
So,
I got to cancel it. How do you cancel it?
Don't cancel it, bro. Stay active. Stay fit.
That's why I overpay for my condo downtown so I can go to the house gym.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I'm into Suits.
Oh,
like
Suits is fire.
Suits is a fire show. So
I didn't like the last season.
Oh,
though.
I'm only on 3. Don't give it away.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
There's 10 seasons of that shit, so we got a long way to go. I mean, Ted Lasso, Billions is coming back.
Billions is fire.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of ways to get to. I get to power number 4. It's just a long way.
It's a long way.
And now football.
I know.
Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, all locked up.
Yeah,
You feel me? Now Tuesday nights are locked up, right?
Yeah.
We're here. So
we're here, and we're giving you what you want. People, I'm telling you, tune in, follow, go on that YouTube, follow, subscribe, signed icon, like. I'm telling you, you're going to get the best content in the world. Trust me. TikTok is going to blow up. Make sure you follow on that, and please, like, subscribe, and follow.
Keep watching. Peace.